I'd like to introduce Cherie Thompson, who's been part of our research studies, and we're going to talk about COVID and the impact that it's had in Cherie's life. So first of all, Cherie, could you tell us, at the beginning of COVID, how did you feel? What was life like for you right at the beginning of COVID?
Hi, Betty. At the beginning of COVID, I was fearful. The media was just, everyone was talking about people dying in nursing homes, people living alone were dying. And at 77, despite having a close family, and I'm living alone, and I was absolutely terrified. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know what the future was going to bring. But I knew the only way I was going to get through it was to find a solution for myself.
Yeah, so right at the beginning you were frightened and you didn't go out.
I got depressed. I started putting on weight.
Yeah, yeah. And so when you were feeling like that, what made the change for you? How did you realise you had to do something different?
I had to snap out of it, basically.
Yeah.
I had a long, hard think and a look, and I'd started walking. I was doing silly things like standing at the sink and walking up and down on the spot because I don't drive. So therefore, I wasn't going out at all. I'd started getting a home delivery from Woolies, and for my cat, the pet food was being delivered, and I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't seeing my daughter because she was fearful of bringing the virus into the house here for me, with me, yeah. So
you started doing some exercises at home. So you were sort of walking, standing in place and walking at the kitchen sink. Were you doing any other exercises?
No, just basically walking and keeping active, getting up and down and going up the hallway whether I needed to or not. I've got a small hallway over there. Standing at the sink and laughing, and I just started to enjoy it. It wasn't an ordeal. I did take the rubbish out, so when I took the rubbish out, I made it enjoyable.
So you thought of all those things as being active and doing what you could to keep moving.
Use it or lose it.
That's it, isn't it? And then what happened once you did start to go out? Where did you go to begin with? How far did you go, or what did you do to get started?
Not far. I did go up. I live not far from the library. I started going to the local library before they closed. But I didn't go far. I would go around the block, but just in the middle of the day with a mask on. And I just made it enjoyable. I thought how lucky I was and how blessed I was, and just kept going on with it.
And when you went for your walks, what helped to make it interesting for you? Was there anything that you found helped you?
Well, I started noticing things. And so I had the phone in the back pocket and I started taking photos. One day it'd be a yellow day. One day it'd be tree trunks. And I'd started taking photos of things that just interested me or made me laugh. And I'd come home and set up a montage on my Facebook page. And a few people started enjoying that, and I started to enjoy that as well. You know,
right. So
the birds in the trees, the sneakers swinging from the power lines, just something to entertain other people as well as myself.
Yeah, so it sort of gave you a purpose for going out other than just going for exercise.
Yeah, because I'd never ever been an exercise person or a physical person. And I felt that the walking, unless I had purpose, it was more enjoyable with a purpose than without the purpose. And I think that's and people I've spoken to, they could see the reason for me doing it, because my era, we didn't go for a walk to get fit or anything. You'd sit in front of the TV and enjoy whatever you were doing.
Yeah. So when you started to do those walks, over time, did you find you could go a little bit further, or how was it?
Oh, well, I invested in what are these called?
One of those activity monitors.
An active watch. Yeah. And I noticed that the steps kept it records your steps, and I noticed that the steps were becoming more so. So then I decided to go further. Excuse me. And so the walking picked up and the weight started coming off, and all in all, it was a really good program, really good task that I'd invented.
Right, sure. So doing the exercises at home and getting out walking is making a difference to how you feel.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Great. Thanks, Cherie.
I just really want to keep going. It's part of my life now. If I go out with my family, they include a walk in wherever we go. And walking has just become part of my life.
So Cherie, thank you very much. It's a great message you've given us there, that it just needs to become a part of your life. So thanks very much for talking to us, Cherie.
Thank you, Betty. It's an absolute pleasure, and I can't recommend it highly. Get off your backside and get out there and go for a walk, everybody. You'll love it.